folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Baltimore Ravens. The first of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Baltimore Ravens. The first of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Carr. And right away, he lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, Jackson to keep it. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me, with enough touches, he can easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well. to throw. And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there for the Raiders. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams there to make the grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round? That's what I call a steal.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. It's a 1st down and more for Dobbins. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 42 yards for him on the ground in his 1st quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. third. Here's an option play right. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2. Got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change it?
Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators work so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it second down and 11. Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Jackson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Solomon Thomas. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Raiders will take over now first and 10.
46-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. On second down, it's Drake. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Carr completes it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
tight end had more catches in 2020 than Darren Waller with 107. The third most by a tight end in history. Maybe we should just take the label off and call him an outstanding receiver.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On play action, now Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And it's 3rd down.
A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 2.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I know we saw the pass and the completion and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it. Because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jackson. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Play action. Now Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose. Now into a sea of defenders have intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result. But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Carr's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. Touchdown! Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And a forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound.
And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby. And they're going to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Shotgun now for Carr.
And he'll look downfield for Waller. And wide open, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
72 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
When they put the ball in J.K. Dobbins' chest and he carries it, he runs with a lot of determination and aggressiveness. Just one start last year as a rookie, but still managed 805 yards and 9 touchdowns. I think he's ready for a big year 2 leap. Now the lead runner for the Baltimore Ravens.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 22.
Makes the score Raiders 38, Ravens 16. Justin Tucker to kick off football.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
Carr now on 1st down. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Jackson. And his pass incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Dobbins. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Dobbins once more. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Carr now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check three.
Now a play fake. Carr. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Deshaun Jackson, 31 yards. And the Raiders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Solomon Thomas. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Jackson.
And there's a quick throw caught by Andrews.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Jackson from the shotgun. And it's caught. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Now Jackson. Open man Watkins. Touchdown Baltimore. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens cut into that lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Las Vegas, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.